Hi guys, welcome to my vlog. My name is Kyla Mecha. I'm all about food, fun and travel, and we recently added nursing. So today's vlog is actually on nursing. Yep, I decided to add that because I'm professionally a nurse and I feel like a huge part of my life is spent with me doing stuff related to nursing. So I think it would be only fair for me to occasionally bring up topics in line with nursing, but it's not going to be like very often. Just once in a while I'll be bringing up whatever I think is going to be relevant to you. I know you had nursing and now you want to leave. No, come back here, you ain't going nowhere. Anyway, it's not going to be boring, I promise. You're probably not a nurse, but you could be having nursing friends, cousins, relatives, girlfriends, whatever, you know. And I feel like the information I'm about to share right now is really important and it's going to help them in many ways. So you can listen in, if not for you, for your friend, for your cousin, for your, relatives. If you're new here, please subscribe. Feel very welcome to this family. And feel free to put down your comments in the comment section and engage with me. If you've been watching my previous videos, I recently relocated to the UK and it's because of my nursing. I got a job as a nurse here, and this is like this video I'm going to explain like my process, like let me say the journey to me getting here, like what did I do. So I have a notebook here with me just to, I feel like I haven't even written anything important on it, but I feel like having it will give me sort of a guidance and remind me of the things I might forget. So like I said, there's like a whole long process, step-by-step process done by other YouTubers on nursing, so you can just go check on that. I feel like if you watch that and you understand the process, you then understand where I'm coming from, but I'll still try and help you be up to date with me. So first is first. The first thing you have to do when you're applying to be a nurse outside the country is you need to do your IELTs exam, which is the English exam. So there's IELTs, academic and general IELTs. So for nurses, you have to do the academic version. So I started thinking about applying to work outside the country from around 2019. That's when I finished university. And I knew, like after uni, I knew that I really didn't want to work in Kenya. Forgive me. But yeah, I didn't want to work in Kenya. And so I started like searching what I could do to practice as a nurse outside the country. And let me tell you where my process started. It did not start as me having a job in the UK. It started as me going abroad for masters. So I started because I thought like that is the only way I could leave Kenya and practice as a nurse outside. So I started doing my research and came up with different universities and was kind of leaning to Australia. So I had come up with, we have like different agents in Westlands area in Nairobi. For those of you who know the areas, there's some agents who are there and they help nurses or students who want to do masters abroad in application and stuff like that. We have offices like UNICEF, study in Australia. So I was in and out of those offices, talking to them, trying to find out what should I do and all that. But after a while, I felt like going abroad for masters wasn't the thing for me. It was quite expensive and I felt like it was going to be a huge burden on my family. And I just had to change my path because I didn't want to strain my family a lot or also myself. So like I just realized masters wasn't going to work for me. But if you have the money, masters is one of the options. You can go abroad. So I just let go of that path, and I was really I really felt bad about it because I thought like that was the end of it. There's no other way I'm gonna go outside. But then I still continued with my research, and that is when I realized that you can actually go abroad and work as a nurse. Like you can go there to work and not study, and that was like the best thing ever. Knowing that, it was like, and I was like, I really want this like right now, right away. So I started doing my IELTs because I knew like that is the first step. So I like read online and suppose saying how you can just train yourself online and then just go and do the exam. So that is what I did. I think I went online for like a day or two trying to look at IELTs. Like it's something, there are things you can actually do on your own. So I went to the British Council and I was shown how to apply. And I got like a study package. You can pay to get a study package. So I got that and I did some tests on the videos they gave me. And I felt like I was ready. So I went and did my exam. And sorry, I didn't pass. I failed. I failed on my first attempt. But that is like really normal. I know you guys were making fun of the nurses who failed the IELTS exam, the thing that was going on social media. But honestly, that exam is not It's not as easy as you may think. It needs preparation. It needs you to like really know what it entails beforehand. So for me, I feel like I was just giving it a try, you know. I kind of went there blindly because I don't think I really put much into it. I just thought it was like something really easy, you know. English, I'm like, I've been getting good grades in English. I was usually among the top in my English class, so I was like, it's not gonna be difficult, but it wasn't easy. So I did get a pass mark. So, depending on where you're going to work, there are going to be different pass marks. So I did get an overall good grade, but just one like IELTS has 4 parts, so I failed in one part. Like each part you're given a target for each of the sections. So in one section I got like a lower mark, so I had to repeat the whole IELTS test because of that one exam. So sad. Anyway, and it's actually a bit expensive. It's around 30k, just around there. So I feel like it's not something you want to do and fail. So my advice in this regard is like, I know if you go for like training, there are people who offer training on IELTS. They probably charge you 40k for, that's just an average. It could go higher or lower. So they can charge you like 40k so that they pay for your exams and also train you for a certain period of time, you know. And people usually tend to see like, if I go for training, it's going to be more expensive, so they prefer to do their own studies. Some pass, that's good, well and good, like, yay, congratulations. But you might also fail. So I'd honestly advise you to just train so that you're more prepared, you practice it like really better. These people can have some few pointers they can give you. Because yes, the second time I tried it, I used a trainer, and honestly it helped me so much, like so much. Ukale. I'm kissing. Anyway, so what was I even saying? Now I've lost my thought process. Oh yeah, so I actually did training and I did really well. Like there's a huge improvement in all my marks, like the overall grade and even on each of the units. So it was really, like, I felt like it was important. That training really helped me. So I'd actually advise you to just go for training, and there are higher chances of you passing like at the first time if you go for training compared to if you don't go for it. But it's still your choice. Do what you gotta do. Second thing, oh god, it's already 9 minutes and I haven't even started. I need to be faster, to speak faster. Anyway, so the next thing after IELTS, you need to apply, like, to register with the NMC. The NMC, if you're planning to come to the UK, NMC is the registration body of the UK. There's NCK, which is the Nursing Council in Kenya. So you need to have actually been licensed in Kenya for you to apply to be a licensed nurse outside of the country. So yeah, I already had my Nursing Council license, so I had to register to the NMC. This is a process you can actually do on your own. You just go online, the NMC portal, and there are steps, like step-by-step ways of you going to do things. So it's actually something that you can do for yourself. So here is where my trouble begins. So I have my friend Sheila, and she came before me. She came to the UK around May, April there. So she was kind of ahead of me in the process. Like, we used to discuss about these things and we're like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. And so she was ahead of me in the process, and we each knew the process. Like, after doing the next, after realizing you can actually go to work in the UK, like we knew that you have to do your IELTS, then we have to do the CBT exam. Like, there's a whole lot of things you need to do, and I was very much aware of that, and Sheila was already going through this process. But somewhere along the way, I really wanted to like move really fast. I didn't want to stay in the country longer. So what I did is I had, like, you know how people are usually talking and you pick something and someone was like, oh, we know of a certain agency that actually helps people like who want to go abroad with the process and all that. So I was like, okay, I can actually, and actually the officers were in town, Nairobi, so they were in town. So I was like, okay, I just go visit them, have a talk with them, see if they can do something in line with nursing. So there are actually agencies who specifically take nurses. And if you're a nurse, I'd advise you to use these agencies that are taking nurses, okay? So for me, this person was not an agency for nursing. They're just like an overall agent, you know, to whichever country, whatever course and all that. So I went to them and they were actually really nice. And I told them about myself and what I wanted. And they're like, yeah, we've taken a couple of nurses actually. So I think they said they've taken 7 nurses outside the country before. So I was like, okay, 7 is a good number. It means you probably know what you're doing. So I was like, cool, I'm up for it. Let's do this together. So they were like, also for us, you need to pay 150,000. That's like our processing fee. and then it includes ABCD. You know, they lay down the IELTs and all that. No, actually, it was just the processing fee, and then I had to pay another like 40,000 on top for the IELTS exam plus training. So that's almost 170,000. I know you're like, this girl has money. No, I don't have money. I had actually saved up, like, for nursing school, you have to, after doing a degree in nursing, you go for 1 year internship. So, because I knew I wanted to leave the country, during internship, I did a lot of saving, because I knew like the process is going to require all this money. So I saved up a lot. So I actually kind of had this money, and but it was like mainly for the process, right? So when I got there, they said they could help me out. I was like, 170K. Okay, it's much, but I mean, if it's gonna get me where I wanna go, I'm gonna pay. So, and I was like, since the money is there, there's no need for me to pay like in small bits. Let me just pay the whole of it, then we can continue the process like really fast. So we started the process with them, and they trained me for IELTS. It was actually really good. I liked my IELTS teacher, and like I told you guys before, I actually did pass my IELTS like really well. There was a big improvement. But now here's where the problem comes in. You're not supposed, like the agencies that bring nurses here, you're not supposed to pay them anything. It's actually free. So the agencies get paid by the hospital or by your employer once you get to the UK. So it is not for you to pay them. The only amount you pay is for your processes. Like you'll pay for your IELTS exam, you'll pay for your CBT exam, you'll pay for your NMC registration. You'll just be paying for the processes which are outlined in the NMC portal. You're not supposed to pay anyone like processing fees or all that. Yeah, they'll get paid later on by your employer once you're in the country. So that is the first mistake I made. I've paid them 150,000, which is just their money. You know, I wasn't supposed to pay that. And I was telling my friend Sheila about it, and she's like, Kyla, this process is free. You're not supposed to be paying anything. But I'm like, no, they said they're going to help me with everything else. So I guess, I was just stubborn. I didn't listen to Sheila. Anyway, I know she's happy and smiling over here somewhere if she's listening to this video. Anyway, so that is out. So I did my IELTS and I passed, and they were doing the rest of the NMC registration for me. So what I feel like, I came like a while later, like looking back, I feel like, yes, they've helped many other people go outside the country, and they're really good at that if they do that. But for nursing, I feel like nursing is just not for them. It's not for them totally. They should just like concentrate on the other aspect of it, because during the NMC process, so they had to do the NMC things for me. I never really did these things for myself, but you can actually do them for yourself. You don't need anyone to do them for you. So they were doing the registration for me and everything. So I didn't even know the process anymore, because like I left everything entirely to them. It got to a point they had to get to registration, and they're supposed to pay a certain fee. And I feel like these things came as a shocker to them, because they didn't think they'd have to pay anything, you know. Anyway, so I passed my my IELTS, and then after registering with the NMC, like opening up a portal with them, you're supposed to upload your documents. Then they need to verify that you actually are a qualified nurse in your country, and then there's a fee you'll pay, and then now they will notify the Nursing Council of Kenya that you've applied with them. So you personally are supposed to go to the Nursing Council of Kenya again and take the same documents, pay a certain fee, and then there'll be like an evaluation, right? So this process, like after registering, you're supposed to go to the Nursing Council. So my agency, this agency didn't know that I was supposed to go to the Nursing Council, you know, for me to move to the next step. There's like a step by step. So anytime you do something, there's like a checkbox. So I feel like they didn't know I was supposed to, this was supposed to happen. So I stayed at one stage for a really long time, and I kept comparing my step with Sheila, because she was ahead of me. So I'm like, Sheila, after you did your IELTS, I feel like your exam came soon. Like, you approved to do your CBT sooner, you know. My process is taking longer. She's like, Kyla, you need to go to Nursing Council, take your documents, pay, and then the step will move further. I'm like, no, the agency said I don't need to do that. She's like, just listen to me. So when I got to a point, I was like, this process is just taking too long, longer than I expected. So like, let me just go to Nursing Council, see what happens. So I go with my documents, and I realized, oh, I was actually supposed to go there. And the same day I paid the Nursing Council and brought my documents, like within less than 24 hours actually, we moved to the next step. I was approved to do my exam. I was like, oh, Sheila was right. So I did it. It's what I'm telling you. If someone is ahead of you, listen to them. Like, listen to me. Do not do your own things and fall into what I fell into. Anyway. So after that, so I got a notification that now I can do my CBT, right? So my agency gets the notification also because she's the one who's been doing the application process for me. So she's like, Kyla, I have good news for you. You've now been approved to do the CBT exam. I'm like, I know. I was at the nursing council today and you've been telling me I don't need to go to the nursing council. But I think I didn't tell them that part. I was like, so that is when it started dawning on me, like, I feel like these guys are just doing a trial and error. The OKC in me now. Trial and error with me, you know, like I'm probably their first person, which is not bad. It is good to start somewhere, but I just didn't want to be the first, you know, to be the scapegoat, if I can call it that. So what happened is, I just, after they told me I've been approved to the CBT, they're like, we have this date, do you want us to go ahead and book you for the exam? Then I was like, no, just chill. I need to come and have a word with you, because at this time I realized, like, these guys are like, no, they're just trying me. And even, it's not even that was the problem even. Like, yes, there was the CBT part that they're like, oh, now you've been approved. I'm like, you guys don't know, it is because I was there, that's why I'm approved. You should be knowing this, you know. That was the first thing. But the main thing, like, that was really put me off, was that they told me, so now after doing your CBT you need to do your OSCE, then now we can process for you to move abroad. I'm like, do my OSCE? What do you mean do my OSCE? OSCE is what you're supposed to do now once you're in the UK. After the CBT and all the registration and all, paying all those fees you need to pay. So once you get to the UK is when you'll go through some training, like for a short while. Some people take 2 weeks, others 1 month, 3 months, depending on your employer. So you'll go for that training, then you can do the OSCE exam, which is like the licensing exam now. It's like the practical part. CBT is more of a theory exam. So, which is actually not very difficult, but okay, ours wasn't very difficult. If you just used like the study material available, you'd pass. But in here, like by now, there's a new CBT, so the exam has changed. So I don't know how this new one is. Probably you'll find videos later on about people who've done the new CBT and the old one, but it wasn't difficult. So anyway, that's not the point. The point is, OSCE is something you're supposed to do once you're in the UK. There's no way you can do it in Kenya. Like, that one is something I knew from the onset. Once you get here is when you do the practical exam. There's a center you actually go to do the exam. Then once you pass, you get your license here and you can now continue working. So they told me then you'll do your CBT. I'm like, how can I do my CBT in Kenya? That is not possible. And she was very confident in it. So that was like my deal breaker. I was like, no, these guys seriously don't know what they're doing. I should have listened to Sheila from the beginning. Anyway, so I was like, just don't book the exam yet. I need to come to the office in the evening to speak to you guys, because then we can discuss further. So I called my mom and was like, I explained everything to her. The whole process, like, we were following it up together in my family. And we kept wondering, like, why is my process taking way longer than Sheila's, you know? Like, one thing you need to know, your process will not be the same as your friends, because the agencies are different, employers are different. They'll probably be different. There's some that will be faster, some will be slower, but there shouldn't be like a significant difference, you know, like a difference of 3 months to get like your CBT approved, you know. It should be something reasonable, like a few weeks, a month is okay, but like 3 months or something, that's just too long. Because I did my IELTs in March, and by July, April, May, June, I think in June is when I was going to do my CBT, something I could have done like way early, even in April, you know. So yeah, my process was just dragging for too long, and it's because I was dealing with someone that was not a nursing agent. So like I'm telling you, just make sure that your agent is specialized in taking nurses abroad if you're a nurse. Yeah, but if you're looking for any other thing, they'd probably do really good. That one I give them like a tick, a go ahead. They're like really good. So in the evening also I was like, Mom, I feel like this is not working, so we need to like end this, whatever we have contract with them, and let me just start anew. Let me just use, like, Sheila is going to give me her agent's contacts, and I'll just proceed with them. And that is what happened. So I was like, if I go alone, I can easily be swayed, because I really want to go quickly. So anytime they tell me something that means I'll move out of the country quickly, I might be like, okay, sawa, let's just go ahead and do it, you know. So I was like, Mom, I need to go with you, because now I knew like she'd be stronger, you know, she'd have her foot on the ground. So we went together and we explained to them, and I actually just told them my concern, like, you guys, I've been approved to do CBT today because I actually went to nursing council. The second thing is, you're telling me I need to do OSCE here. OSCE is not done in Kenya, you have to do it in the UK. So they're like, no, you know, we're speaking to our agencies, and we've actually just spoken to them after they told us to like hold on fast, and they've approved you to now, like, you've been given a go ahead, like they'll exempt you to go and do OSCE in the UK. You won't have to do it here. like exempt. There's nothing like exempt. Like that is how it is. It's supposed to be done in the UK. Anyway, let me just stop ranting about them. But yeah, one thing I like about it is that they agreed. They didn't like hold on and refuse to like let us go and stuff. They're like, fine, if that's what you want, feel free to go. But now, you know, like I had other processes I had that I needed to pay for. Remember, I paid them 150,000 for like their processing fee, which is okay. I mean, that is their processing fee, but that is an amount of money I wouldn't have spent if I listened to my friend from the beginning, because she was going through this process and knew what was the right way to do it. You know, I should just have listened and stopped being too excited and looking forward to going away. Anyway, I learned my lesson the hard way. So that was that about my registration. So I went to Sheila's. Sheila gave me contacts and I went ahead with her contact. But Kyla, the stubborn Kyla, I think Sheila gave me her agent's contact, yeah? But then I also tried another agent also. So when I started with the new agent, again, the process was taking longer than I was expecting it longer than I was expecting it to take. So like I sent them and like we got an interview, and then after an interview, like it would take really long before I moved to the next step. And so I'd go back to Sheila. I'm like, your process took shorter than this. She's like, let's just give them some time. So my agency kind of took like I feel like it's more my employer, kind of took like a long time to process things. But that's what I'm telling you. You need to know that it won't always be the same with you and your friend. So you might need to put this into consideration. Maybe ask for a time frame from the beginning so that you know what you're working with. So I kept changing agencies a lot. Like I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and that is not good. Because now Sheila's agent, I used to call him and I'm like, just set up an interview for me because I don't feel like my process here is moving. And I'd be like, cool. He sets me up for an interview, and like before the interview date, Kyla is like, no, my process this other side has actually moved 1 step ahead, so I think I'll just continue with them. So after moving 1 step ahead, again we chill for a while. Then I feel like it's taking too long. Again, I go back. I feel like it's not working, so let's do this again. He's like, okay, just because I feel like you've been referred by your friend and your friend is good, I feel like you probably do as well. I will do it again. So I get another interview again. Then the step moves and I'm back like, sorry, like, I need to, like something moved, you know. I feel like I actually frustrated that guy. He was really nice, willing to help me, but I feel like I just frustrated him because I was in and out. Like, what? Kyla, you need to be decisive. Anyway, I feel like if you choose a step, like do your research well about your agencies. And once you settle on one, I mean, just be patient and finish with them. It's not nice to keep hopping around. But yeah, I feel like my main take homes for you here is that, number one, you don't need to pay any agent fees to, like, for your nursing process abroad. The agent gets paid by the employer once you reach in the country. All you're going to be paying for is like the exams you're doing, the NMC registration, the nursing council. You're not be paying actually to like a specific person. You'll be paying online because they'll be giving you details and all that. So yeah, you don't need to pay any agency fees. The process is actually kind of free. It's just that you have to pay for the different stages. Number two is stick to one agency. Just be patient. Know that times are different, but I mean, once you show your agency is like a legit agency, then just be patient and wait for the process to like go forward. Oh, one major thing I almost forgot. I quit my job too early. So like I told you, I was estimating myself with Sheila's process. I'm like, after she did her CBT and IELTs, it took her about, let's say, a month to relocate, yeah, or less than 2 months to relocate. So when it got to June and my process was moving and I was doing my exam, I was like, I'll probably when did I quit my job? I quit in July, yeah. So I was like, probably by July, like beginning of August, I would have moved out. So I quit my job early. And I, like, you know, I was, so wherever I was working, I've been told, like, you need to give them a notice. I think it was a month's notice. So I was like, from where I am, I feel like within a month I'll have gone. So I gave my notice too early. And I stopped working by 7th August. But let me tell you, I stayed in the country until end of October. Like, I left Kenya on 29th of October. So I was jobless 3/4 of August, because I finished, like, my last day of working was like 7th August there. So I was at home the whole of the remaining part of August, so like that's like 3 weeks, plus a whole of September and a whole of October, because I left at the end of October. So I missed 2.5 months of salary. Imagine. Like I could have done a lot with that money, honestly. Like it's good I had that time to like move around, pack, do ABCD, see my friends for the last time. But honestly, I feel like I would have had like more money to start my life here if I had continued to work for the 2 months, you know. Like just don't quit too early. Be sure that now it's been approved, I'm traveling on this date, I have my air ticket. So I feel like once you have this, then it would be nice to give your notice at that time. I don't know, I just gave my notice too early. So just don't quit your job in January because you think you'll be gone in February. My friend, you might be here till July and you've lost your job. So don't quit early. Don't do that to yourself. Just be patient. Continue doing whatever you're doing. Like this, let this process be like simultaneous with your other jobs. It should be like the main thing you're doing. Just continue working till you're actually sure, like, I'm leaving tomorrow. Okay, not tomorrow, definitely, but like I'm leaving next month. Like it's for sure I'm leaving next month. Then now you can quit. Yeah, don't work with estimates. They might go wrong at times. Yeah, I feel like that's basically it. But just please listen to me and learn from my mistakes. If you're planning to, if you're looking into working in the UK, or if you have a friend, just share this message with them so that they don't end up spending unnecessary money that they could have used to do something else. Yeah, because I feel like I spent double the amount on the process that I could have, I spent double the amount I could have spent. Like, yeah, actually it actually is double what I would have spent if I followed the right path, if I listened to my friend who was ahead and did the right things. So patience is very important. Your research, listen to your friends who've gone ahead, and you'll be good. Yeah, so if you guys want to know like the exact step-by-step process, you can just leave comments in the comment section. If I get many comments, then I'll consider doing it, but if not, then I just say that I'm sorry. Just try and check out what other nurses have said on YouTube concerning the process. It's pretty much the same, so I'm sure you'll be sorted on that. But if you want me to, comment section. Thank you for watching my vlog. Until next time, it's been real. Gosh, it's already 29 minutes. We'll probably edit it to like 20, but honestly it's hard to rant without repetition, to emphasize. Anyway, until next time.